Hi guys, welcome everyone. Here we have a question on complex numbers, and we see this in our SAT exam, and sometimes we look at how to go about it. Basically, this is not taught in Nigerian secondary schools. So how do you go about a question on complex number? Problems on complex numbers are usually accompanied with I. Please take note, do not confuse this with vectors. Vectors problems are usually accompanied with I's and J's. Alright? Now, how do we solve this complex number problem? Here we have 6 plus 5i, and we are required to sum it. We want to sum it with 8 plus 3i squared. Okay, let's give a brief basis of the concept of complex numbers. Now, basically, complex numbers are numbers of the form a plus bi. A is called the real part, and here we have the imaginary part. Imaginary part is the part that contains the I. All right. Okay. Now, a quick way of solving this problem. Let's go back to our basis of sorts. We have, let's say, square root of 3 times square root of 3. We all know that this is actually square root of 9. 3 times 3 is 9, and final answer is 3. All right. Similarly, if we have square root of 5 times square root of 5, we basically know that this is square root of 25, and final answer is actually equal to what now? 5. Good. Now, a quick way. Provided the numbers under the radical sign are the same, under the roots are the same, 3, 3, square root of 3 times square root of 3, we can just pick one of them easily as the answer. Square root of 3 times square root of 3, numbers are the same, the answer is simply 3. Square root of 5 times square root of 5, the numbers under the roots are the same, the answer is simply one of them, with 5. The answer is simply one of them, which is 5. Now let's take that to explain this concept. Now, the examiner has helped us that I is given as square root of minus 1. So let's use that. I equals to square root of minus 1. Now, with the same concept, we can have same concept we have just explained so far. We can have square root of minus 1 times square root of minus 1. Now we said once the numbers under the root sign, radical sign are the same, basically we can just pick one of them. The numbers here and the numbers here are the same. So from that explanation, square root of minus 1 times square root of minus 1 is simply minus 1. Good. Now, don't forget, square root of minus 1 has been given to be I. So it means square root of minus 1 is actually I. Square root of minus 1 is actually I. It means I times I, which is actually I squared from law of indices. I times I is I squared. I to the power 2 is actually equals to minus 1. Now, one very important thing that we need to know about complex numbers is I squared is I times I, square root of minus 1 times square root of minus 1, and the answer gives minus 1. This will help to quickly crack this problem. Now, let's crack the question now. We have 6 plus 5i. We are required to sum it with 8 plus 3i squared. Now we have agreed today that I squared is actually minus 1. So we have 8 plus 3. Instead of I squared, we write minus 1. So we have 6 plus 5i plus 8. 3 times minus 1 plus 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. Now we can arrange real parts. The real parts, we'll bring them together. So we have 6 plus 8 minus 3. Then the imaginary part plus 5i. Ends it. 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 minus 3 is 11. So we have 11 plus 5i as our final answer. In subsequent question, we will see more examples of how to crack problems on complex numbers in our SAT exam. Final answer to this question is option A. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video.